Let's move on. We have a rip-roaring panel. There's a new poll shows practically every GOP candidate beating Biden. Right? Practically everyone beating Biden. Do we actually have the poll up there? Yes, I think we do. Can I read the poll? I don't know if I have it here or not. Maybe I do. Hold on. There it is. Let's see. 47 Trump, 46 Biden. 49 Nikki Haley, 43 Biden. 47 DeSantis, so DeSantis is tied with Biden. Pence beats Biden, 46-44. Christie beats him, 44-42. All right, there you have it. Joining me now to talk about this, Joe Concha. Joe's not running, but if you were, he'd beat Biden. Media and politics columnist at The Messenger, Fox News contributor. And wait, what's the book? The book. Just
come on, man.
There you go. It's a terrible presidency. And my very dear friend, Roma Daravi, former White House Deputy Strategic Communications Director and founder and CEO of Daravi Strategies. So, Joe Concha, what fun is this? Everybody beats Biden.
It tells you something about the Democratic nominee as of now.
Oh, okay.
It is a referendum on him, which is the way it should be when we're talking about an incumbent. And here's the bad news if you're on Team Biden. The question I have to ask is, do you think that Joe Biden will get stronger or weaker before and heading into Election Day? That's still 424 days away. And we've seen the 380 vacation days he's already taken in 2.5 years. So will Americans suddenly embrace Bidenomics? Because 7 in 10 aren't right now, right? Will the migrant crisis overwhelming small towns in Texas and Arizona and big cities like New York suddenly resolve itself? Probably not. Will Americans suddenly embrace us sending $520 million to Ukraine so they have cleaner energy? We could talk about crime. We could talk about education. We could talk about the fact that Democrats support abortions after the first trimester, where polling goes way down all of a sudden when it comes to that issue.
Yeah.
So on issues, and the person himself and Joe Biden only getting older and weaker, this is not good 400 days out from an election, Larry.
So, Roma, you are a Californian. Is that right?
I am.
You confess up to that.
I am proud. I will die in the grave trying to save California. You know that, Larry.
Let's not go too far down that road. But question I'm going to ask you is, as a Californian, why has Gavin Newsom pulled himself out of the race? He just said no. Now, he actually said it on Sean Hannity's show. I guess he said it again. I mean, a lot of people would tout Gavin Newsom. I don't happen to agree. He's very liberal. He's also a good guy, nice fella, classy guy who might conceivably move to the middle, but he would be able to walk across the street to Joe's or some of Joe's points without falling down. Why do you think he's pulling out and this great endorsement of Kamala Harris?
Is he pulling out, though, Larry? Because it's always a no until it's a yes, right? That's politics.
Oh.
So what we're looking at with this poll is the first time, in my opinion, that the Democrat strategists don't know whether or not they want a Trump-Biden rematch. This shows them that it's not going to make a difference if it's not Trump up there. It will always not be Biden. That is something they need to get their heads around, and they do not want to see that. This CNN poll is suspicious to me. I'm happy to see that they aired it because you don't get an honest segment out of CNN that often. But what I am worried about is that the Republicans are going to take this, sit back, relax, and say, we've got it in the bag. You really can't do that. I mean, the American people are suffering right now. They deserve to have a party that is going to fight for them. They deserve to know that they have the GOP putting every single effort into this race.
But your first point, let's leave Gavin aside. The meaning of this is CNN, mind you, saying everybody beats Biden. So a Democratic strategist should not be happy with that. Even the White House. So, Joe Concha, I was reading, I don't know where I read this, townhall.com. Okay, yes. It was good article. They interviewed a Democratic strategist, okay? And this strategist said the problem with Biden is he hasn't fulfilled important planks. Student loan cancellation, a voting rights bill, codifying abortion rights, a $15 minimum wage, universal pre-K, and family tax credits. In other words, Bernie Sanders, left-wing socialist type stuff.
Right.
So that's what they're saying. They're saying he's not far enough left. This poll says he can't beat anybody on the right. What does Joe Concha say?
So I guess what they're saying is the core base of Biden from the left is not with him because he broke or didn't fulfill his promises. As far as all those topics, those issues you just mentioned, where if you look at Gallup and voter priorities, all those things you just mentioned aren't even in the top 5.
Right.
The top 5 are economy, immigration, education, crime, and a 5th, you could throw anything in there. Maybe abortion is 5th. Maybe you could put trust in government is up there as well. But all these other things, that's not what wins you the independents, suburban moms, disgruntled Democrats in Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, Larry.
So I don't get this. Somebody's got to run against him. I mean, seriously, I'm going to give you the last word, Roma. Again, as a Californian.
Well, look.
By the way, Nancy Pelosi is running again. Did you know that she's running for re-election?
Yeah,
I just
good
want
for
to
her.
throw that in. Isn't that a wonderful
She
thing?
may win.
I'm sure she'll win. I'm sure she'll win from that district.
San Francisco is just a beautiful rising star in California now, isn't it?
Yeah, sure it is. You have to wade through the homeless and so forth, but don't go to Woolworths.
No, I'd just love to compare it to my home city of Huntington Beach.
Who's going to run against Joe Biden?
Well, it'll be Donald Trump. It really will.
Democrat. Who's going to run against Joe Biden?
I hope that we have a Trump and Biden ticket. I really do, because the American people deserve that. They voted for Joe Biden, and they will vote for Donald Trump this
Joe
time.
Concha, who's going to run against Joe Biden in a hypothetical Democratic primary, which doesn't exist yet, but might exist?
They didn't.
Bob Kennedy Jr. is running.
Right. They didn't vote for Joe Biden. They voted against Donald Trump. Let's be very clear what happened in 2020. Gavin Newsom.
There he is.
Yep.
So Roma's right. It's never, what was your phrase?
It's always a no until it's a yes.
I wrote it down.
I'm going to write that down,
good.
too. You
Should
know,
be in PR.
there's a book in that.
Something
It's
about
always
PR,
no
right?
until it's a yes. Joe Concha and Roma Daravi. Very good.